going on, everybody, and welcome back. Miami Dolphins Franchise, Madden 21. Coming off of a Super Bowl 56 win, 49-20 over the Dallas Cowboys. Game wasn't as close as I would have liked it to be, but it's a win. Miami Dolphins are Super Bowl champions. The second season that we've taken over for this team. Let's see if we can build a dynasty, maybe become the 20s Patriots, try and get back-to-back. And it all starts with the offseason. One of my favorite parts of a franchise. Building the team, shaping it to what you want, seeing who progresses and regresses. But before we get to that, let's take a look at the awards, the stats and everything, see how everything played out from the season that we just had, and then we're going to go ahead and get into free agency, the draft, and building up toward the future. So, as you guys can see, Trevor Lawrence won the league MVP. The Jaguars were 5-11. Trevor Lawrence had a very good season, but Zach Wilson finished second. Tua finished third. Mahomes, Tannehill. It's all quarterbacks. I don't get it. Tua, congratulations. Where's Devontae? Congratulations, Trevor Lawrence. Your rookie season, you won league MVP. Good job. Coach of the year was Dan Quinn. They finished 11-5 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tomlin, 11-5, finished second. The man that won the Super Bowl finished fourth. At least he finished top 5. Offensive Player of the Year, Trevor Lawrence. Tua dropped to 7th in that one. Defensive Player of the Year was Devin Bush. Fantastic linebacker. Matt Milano finished second. Nobody on Miami finished top 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year was going to be Trevor Lawrence. You win league MVP, you're going to be the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Zach Wilson finished second. Trey Lance finished third. Mac Jones, Jamar Chase, Desmond Ridder. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jabril Cox ended up winning. Dylan Modas finished second. Good for him. I was hoping he would have been able to pull it off. He had a fantastic season for us. Mulrig finished third. Patrick Surtain finished fourth. Caleb Farley. We got to go through and fix some of those. As QB, Trevor Lawrence, league MVP. He's just bringing home all the hardware. Best running back, Aaron Jones. I figured with the way that Gaskin finished the season, he wasn't going to get it. He still did finish top 10. He finished 6th. Aaron Jones on the 12-4 Ravens ended up winning. And Mixon finished runner-up. Devontae Parker, best wide receiver. I was going to question if he wouldn't have won it. And then look down here. Phil Dorsett, Super Bowl MVP. That is well deserved. Best offensive line. I'll be shocked if any of our guys are on here. They're not. Quentin Nelson, Ronnie Stanley finished second. Defensive line. Joey Bosa wins. J.J. Watt. I mean, the usual suspects. Ed Oliver, DeForest Buckner. There's Shaq. Put together a really good season. Agba just missed too much time. He didn't get the accolades, the recognition that he needed. But Shaq finished top 10. Best linebacker. Devin Bush. Okay. Matt Milano again. Bernard McKinney. Jerome Baker. Doesn't even... Man. It's a good thing we won the Super Bowl because I feel like nobody is giving us props. Defensive back, Byron Jones finished third. Jordan Poyer finished first. Kyle Duggar finished second. Good job. Byron really turned it on in the second half of last season, so that's good for him. Congratulations. We didn't make the list. We didn't really do too much that season. Best kicker, Jason Sanders moved up, but he's still not the best kicker. He's Chris Boswell, congratulations, best kicker in the NFL. If anybody's wondering, offensive player of the year for the NFC, Kyler Murray. Russell Wilson finished second. Defensive player, Aaron Donald. Greenlaw finished second. Holcomb finished third. Justin Fields, offensive rookie of the year. Devontae Smith, nice. For Washington, Chuba Hubbard for the Panthers. Defensive rookie of the year, Micah Parsons. Owusu Koromoa for the Eagles finished second. I saw my boy Russo. Yeah. Finished fourth. Best quarterback, Drew Brees. Aaron Rodgers finished second. Best running back, Zeke with Saquon finishing second. Versus Devontae Adams. Michael Thomas for best wide receiver. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin on that Cowboys. It's Cowboys and Eagles. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Defensive line, Aaron Donald, of course. Chase Young finished second. Nice for him. Best linebacker, Dre Greenlaw. Lil Mack. Holcomb. Defensive back, Jalen Johnson. Sean Murphy Bunting. Best kicker was Matt Prater. And that'll do it for the awards. So let's take a look real quick, see where everybody stacked up. Passing yard wise, Cam Newton led the NFL in passing yards. Tua actually finished second. He turned it on second half of the season. Finally started throwing for some yardage. Got a couple 300-yard games. He finished second. Matt Ryan third. Ryan Tannehill fourth. Drew Brees fifth. Don't ask him, I'm salty about that voting. Do it. Leading the league in passing touchdowns was Trevor Lawrence. Zach Wilson finished second. He only had 6 picks. Patrick Mahomes, 39 touchdowns, 7 picks. Tua finished fourth. He had 38. He did have 19 interceptions. I knew he had a lot. I didn't know it was going to be that many. It didn't even lead the league. Cam Newton led the league. He finished second, though. Dak Prescott finished third. Drew Brees fourth. Justin Herbert fifth. Completion percentage. We're going to cycle through the guys that didn't really throw that many passes. I mean, Josh Rosen on the Giants, he had 22 passes, 81%. That's pretty good. Jake Fromm, 76. But to get to the real quarterbacks, Tua led the NFL in passing completion percentage, 72%. Gardner Minshew for the Steelers finished second. Mayfield third. Brees fourth. Desmond Ridder. Wow, 69%. Good for him. Tied with Mahomes. Yards per game. Cam Newton with Tua finishing right behind. Just under 300 yards a game. Devontae was a huge reason for that. Best QB rating. Down to the actual quarterback. Baker Mayfield, 116.2. 33 touchdowns, 4 picks for him. Wow. Patrick Mahomes. Carson Wentz only had 1 pass on the season. We're not going to count that. Mark Jackson. Zach Wilson. Tua finished a few. Top 10. 108. Quarterback got sacked the most. Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Matt Ryan, Trey Lance. Leading the NFL in rushing yards, Zeke, crowned the rushing champion, 1598, 5.2 average, 7 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey finished second. Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, and Saquon Barkley rounded out. Most rushing touchdowns, A.J. Dillon, 17. Wow. Him and J.K. Dobbins. Nick Chubb finished with 16. Aaron Jones, 15. Damian Harris, 14. Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt had 13 each. Jonathan Taylor had 12. Good. Average rushing per game. Zeke just under 100 yards. Finished with 99.9. Kamara second. Christian McCaffrey third. Most fumbles. Marlon Mack with 4. Damian Williams. Tua had 4. He did fumble quite a bit. Monster with 3. Edwards-Helaire with 3. Taylor 2. Evans 2. So Myles Gaskin still led the league in broken tackles. And I felt like he did not break that many. He did finish over 1,000 yards, 292 carries, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. So he did still put together a really good season. It just wasn't the season that we were used to, especially going back to that first season. Receiving wise, this is going to be absolutely dominated by Devontae Parker. 126 catches, 23 more than Trey Burton. A tight end had 103 catches. Kobe Myers, AJ Brown, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Dalton Keene, another tight end. I figure like a third of their receptions were against us. Devontae Parker led almost 400 yards, 1794. Jamison Crowder finished second. Devontae Adams third. AJ Brown fourth. Kobe Myers fifth. Total average. Scarlett. Aaron Jones out of the backfield. Cam Akers. It's a lot of running backs. Jesse James. Keelan Cole. Average per game, 112 for Devontae, the only one over 100, and he was over it by a lot. Receiving touchdowns, Devontae, AJ Brown, Auden Tate. Wow. Auden Tate with 12. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 12. Michael Thomas, 12. Stephon Diggs, 11. There's Dorsett with 10. He finished just shy of 1,000. He had 958, 12.4 average. Very good season for him. Defensively, Jerome Baker led the league in tackles and not even mentioned as best. Oh, man. 151. Okereke, 146. Olakun, 141. Kwiatkowski, 133. Matt Milano, 131. Holcomb with 130. Hightower, 123. Tackles for a loss. Oh, Aaron Donald with 23. Jonathan Allen, 22. Chase Young with 21. That is impressive. Eddie Goldman at 19. Jeffrey Simmons, 17. Tied with Von Miller. Who led the league in sacks. Aaron Donald, 16. Joey Bosa had 14.5. JJ Watt had 12. 11 for Aquara. Mika Parsons had 10.5. Interceptions. Jalen Johnson led the league. Sean Murphy-Bunting second. Will Parks had 4. Amos 4. Mosley 4. Fuller 4. A lot of people had 4. Boyer. Pierre Lewis, wow. There's Byron. There's us. Look at us up there. We finished with 109 tackles, 7 for a loss. That's nice. Collections. Wayne Edmonds. Byron Jones. Yeah, he had a lot. Kicking wise, Jason Sanders. He had 22, which is more than these guys. 100%. He doesn't finish first? Raider? I mean, he had more field goals, but man, he had a 63-yarder too. That's close. It was 57. So those are the stats. Let's take a look really quick. Just looking really quick. Do your little breakdown right here. Tua finished with 600 more yards. He finished with less touchdowns, 4 more interceptions. He got sacked more times. His completion percentage did go up, and the average went up. So overall, it was a better season. He really turned it on in the second half. He's an X factor now, which going into next season, that's going to be huge. I'm expecting a giant step forward. He did still make some really weird throws, but overall, it was a pretty good season. Right in line with his passer rating. Yardage went up. Passing touchdowns, still high 30s. I mean, still a really good season. The interceptions do need to come down, though. Double digits, both years. That needs to come down. Rushing wise, as you can see, Gaskin had his 1,000. Brian Hill, 69 carries, 458 yards. So, you know, he started what? Like 3 games, 4 games? So, I mean, he was up there. 6.6 average. 2 touchdowns. Average 28.6 a game, but that's broken down after a while. So as you can see, Gaskin, his carries went down. That was because we were limiting his usage. He went from 1,600 yards to barely over 1,000. 5 yards per carry to 3.6. Still finished with 10 touchdowns, so he matched his previous. Rushing average per game went way down. Broken tackles almost in half. The fumbles stayed the same, so that wasn't really that big of a deal. Yards after the contact down by 200. His long was down overall, he had a rough season. And it could be attributed to the offensive line changes. And receiving wise, Parker he's been on fire for us. 126 receptions is his career high, 1,700 yards career high. The average dipped down a little bit, but that's because he had a lot more receiving yards. The average yards went up, touchdowns exactly the same. That's funny, actually. Run after catch was pretty much the same too, 30-yard difference. Run after catch average went down, but that's because he did a lot shorter routes. As you can see, his long wasn't that long, 43 yards. Gesicki actually had a better season. I mean, the receiving touchdowns went way down. I did not expect that. For some reason, I thought he had 1,000 yards for us the season before. But he almost had 1,000 yards this year. So he actually did do better. Other than the touchdowns, he had this weird thing where he would just run back either out of the end zone or before the first down marker. So he became a liability trying to get it to him down in the red zone. But I mean, his run after catch went up. Run after catch average was the same. And the reception was down too. A lot shorter passes. Dorsett in his first season, he played on Seattle last year, so as you can see, 30 more receptions. His average was actually a lot higher. He was solely a deep threat for them. 10 touchdowns, so that went up. Run after catch went up. And the average went down. But that's also because he was catching a lot of shorter passes. So 5 more receptions, about 30 more yards. Average was in line, about the same. Yards per game, about the same. He had a touchdown. He didn't have a touchdown all last year, which is actually shocking. I'm surprised he's only had one these last 2 years. Run after catch went down. Run after catch average went down. But overall, pretty much a similar season. Playing slot for us. Over 500 yards. For a team that doesn't throw a crazy amount. There's some games we do throw a lot, but overall, we really don't throw too much. Especially to our third wide receiver. Defensively, you can see Jerome Baker took a big step. 30 more tackles. He had 3 less tackles for a loss, 1 less sack, but he had a pick and some pick yards. So he's progressing. Playing in the 3-4, it's a little bit different, especially when he had Dylan Moses eating with him. We had 30 less tackles, same tackles for loss. We didn't have a QB sack, which I thought we did, but that might have been in the playoffs. And we tied for the interceptions. So the tackles is the main one that we really lost down on. It was a lot of times we couldn't get off blocks. We over pursued a lot. We still got over 100 tackles though, which is awesome for a safety. So I would like to take a step forward going into next season with that. Get a little bit better. I would like to get double-digit tackle for a loss too. Byron Jones, as you can see, tackles, he only had 2 less. He had 3 less tackles for a loss, but he had 4 picks. He didn't have any last season. He had 4 this year, so he definitely stepped it up. He played better this year. He did get burnt sometimes, but he overall played a lot better than he did last year. Xavier, kind of the same thing, 20 less tackles. He had 2 tackles for a loss. He didn't have any last year. He only had 2 picks, but he doesn't really get thrown at that much. He had 4 the season before. He was close to the league lead last year with his 4. Shaq went up in tackles for a loss. Doubled his sack total. He had 11 sacks this year. He was awesome for us this year. So look at real quick at the retirements. Drew Brees retired after 21 years. Patrick Robinson retired. Mason Crosby, Greg Olsen, Jason Kelsey, Jimmy Smith. I thought he was in the league a lot longer than 11 years. Kilgore, Costanzo, Gerald McCoy retired. He had a good season, at least against us. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 17 years. Dwayne Brown, Jerry Hughes, Alex Smith, 17 years for him. Gostkowski, Ben Garland, Jason Peters, Golden Tate, Richard Sherman, Matt Ryan, James Carpenter, Sam Young, Mercedes Lewis, Danny Amendola, Morgan Burnett, Corey Peters, Malcolm Smith, Devontae Booker. 6 years. I wonder, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he didn't get signed or anything. Jared Valdir, 12 years. Joe Flacco, D'Amato Pico, Adrian Claiborne, Sylvester Williams, Deshaun Jackson, 14 years. Theo Riddick at 9. Sherrick McManus, Ed Dixon, Clay Matthews, 13 years. Rashad Jones, played so well for the Dolphins for so many years. Sean Payton retired, and coach Bruce Arians. Looking back really quick, see if second chance there's anybody we want to sign. 2 years, $9 million for Jason Sanders. Only 26. Let's go ahead and lock him up. Give him what he's looking for. Next season will be great. All right, so we re-signed him. I really don't want to draft a kicker. Emmanuel Ogbah. Those injuries. So we re-signed Sanders, but we let Ogbah walk, and as you can see, that was a very good decision. We only have $9 million in available cap room. Ooh, there's a lot of good players sitting in this. Ooh. Jari Alexander, X Factor, 97 overall, 25 years old, man to man, 4 years, $71 million. That's less than both of our cornerbacks are making. Mitchell Schwartz, yeah, I figured he'd be hunted. He only wants a 1-year deal, $15 million though. Baker Mayfield, nobody is bidding on him. 88, superstar. Michael Gallup had a good Super Bowl against us. Orlando Brown. He wants 2 years, 20 mil, 10 mil a year, 6'8", 345. He would be protecting to his blind side. We just don't have the money. Justin Reed. Wow. Mike Williams. Sean Elliott. Wow. Ronnie Harrison Jr., Nyheim Hines. Look at all of these. All these players are really good. Casey Hayward. Okay. Sheldon Richardson. Nobody's betting on Ogbah. It's a big contract. David Njoku, 4 years, 25 mil. So before we get into the draft, let's take a look at the free agency recap. We didn't go after anybody. I really want to try and build up some of that capital, that cap room, really start, because we're going to have a lot of people that's going to start coming up, and it's going to make some pretty tough decisions. So let's take a look, see who signed where. Michael Gallup stayed in the division, went to Washington. Nyheim Hines didn't go anywhere. Wow. Let's go league signings. Jair Alexander, the Oakland Raiders. Well, Vegas Raiders. Sorry. Wow. And they got their guy. Mitchell Schwartz ended up going to the Jaguars. They beefed up that line in the draft, too, for Trevor Lawrence. So that team, I'm expecting to take a big step forward this year. Baker Mayfield is now the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Orlando Brown went to the Jets. That's tough. Justin Reed went to Washington. Mike Williams went to the Eagles. I believe they have Justin Fields as their starter, so that'll help out a lot. Sean Elliott went to the Giants. Ronnie Harrison went to the Eagles. NFC East, big player so far. Mike McGlinchey, right tackle. Sorry if I have no idea. Chiefs. Casey Hayward went to the Jaguars, so they're still making some plays. Sheldon Richardson went to the Saints. Ogbah ended up signing with the Chiefs. He signed for a little bit less than what he was looking for, but couldn't risk it. Sad to see him go, but going to a good team, so we're going to end up having to play him. David Njoku went to Carolina. Good pickup for them. Paul Nichols went to the Chargers. Aaron Johnson, Cardinals. Tom Brady. Went to back up Russell Wilson. Interesting. Overall, some good signings for a lot of people. Really nobody that we needed to jump at, try and do. I really want to try and build through this draft here. And here we go. The 2022 NFL Draft. The Vegas Raiders on the clock with the first pick. Then Buffalo, the Jaguars, Lions, Broncos, Washington, and Atlanta. Right out of the top 7. Sit back and enjoy. So the Raiders went with a free safety out of Virginia with the number 1 overall pick. 84 overall. Brian Chavis? 84 overall. Ivory Christian, left end out of Auburn. Went to Buffalo. Jacksonville, defensive tackle Thomas Ball, 85 overall. Very nice. Denver, Wayne Carter, wide receiver. 81 out of Oregon. 32nd pick in the draft. See who's available. I did have a lot of draft board. Yep, a lot of linemen. So Chris Bayless was the big one. The Bayless brothers playing at Florida State together, both on the left side. Second round grade, first round talent though, and that would plug a big hole because then I can bounce Raduns over to right tackle. Gotta be my pick. A- run block, A- pass block, A- awareness. I mean, top 5 in a lot of stats. 11th in the broad jump, which is alright. But he's got size. And we could either put him at left tackle or move him to right tackle and take care of Tua's blind side. Good pick. 19th. Drafted him at 32nd. There you go. He's flexing hidden dev trait. 89 strength, 84. 84 pass. Wow. Secondary. He's not that fast, which is okay. 87. His agility's down a little bit. Stamina's up. Wow, that's a lot different than Dylan Moses, who was coming through as a reach. Okay. Skipping ahead to the next one. Second round pick. All the way on the back. 32nd again. I think Peterson is the way to go here. Reach. 78, 64. That's not that big of a reach. 70 overall. Normal dev trait. 88 strength. 64 run block. Alright. He's not necessarily going to start, but we can build him up. 72 speed. Okay. Marco Parsons, Freddie Price, halfback going to Dallas. Pick player. Let's see who is available now. Man, the draft board goes down quick. So, Marquise Johnston is still there. Jaden Wake is still there. 6'1", 255. B plus hit power, B tackle, B minus finesse move, mid fourth talent. Sean Hood. There's not a lot here at the top. Outside linebacker. We took 2 linebackers in the draft last year. Not bad. I really like Swain. Big dude. I like Wake's size. 6'6", 274. Go on Marquise Johnston. Sounded like a reach. 106, 96, not that big of a reach. 68 overall, normal dev trait. Oh. Alright, he's fast. His block shedding is pretty bad. Power moves are pretty bad. Strength isn't terrible. His awareness is low. Hit power's up there. Injury, stamina, toughness is up there. Pursuit is okay. That's a project. He's not going to step in and start for us. Overall, I think last... I mean, we're picking a lot of not sexy picks. Last year we were kind of flashy with it. Paid a little bit for our line. See what else is on the draft board. Jaden Wake is still there. Third in the 40-yard dash. First in the broad jump. B plus pursuit, B minus move, C plus tackle. Speed rusher. I like going through looking at the grades, see if there's anybody that's really flashing. Devin Franklin. 4th round, 7th round talent. 6'3", 266. Power rush out of Auburn. Probably a slow development or something. Anthony Hodge. And really standing out here. Tackle. 0.3. Yeah. Left outside. 6. A bit older. Dwayne King out of Miami. Maybe scout him. Comes in. Pass coverage. It's fast. 6. Projected late 7th. I think Walter might be our guy. With 2 corner. Ooh. Yeah, it says man to man. That's zone stuff. Big James Taylor. Power back out of Army. 4'5", 6 feet, 235. That is a big dude. He only benched 28 reps. Taylor, 2nd in bench. Power back as well out of UAB. Out of Bethune-Cookman. .1, 4.43. 6 foot, 229, and he's fast? Like a Brian Hill clone right there. We did, oh wow. 6'3", 261. Vertical out of Penn State. A-spec, A- catch, short, early 2nd. Six tight end in speed. We did lose Smythe. 40th in true value, drafted him at 128. Normal dev. 85 speed, 74 catch. He's not going to block. 70 awareness. 85. Alright, so his blocking is pretty terrible. Injury, toughness. Wow, carries a 68. So he's like a very athletic. He's like a Mike Gesicki almost. He's definitely not going to be blocking for us. That was the one thing that Smythe did a lot. We have Shaheen, so 78 overall. Tight end right there. Skip ahead. Next user. Keegan Carter, wide receiver out of Maine. Take a pick. There. Alright, see if anybody's left on the draft board. Alright, there's a few. Swain. 6'7", 314. At Abrams. 6'2", 305. B plus B. How's Benedict is still there? Let's go ahead and pick him up. Oh, that didn't sound good. Cool. 212, drafted 160th, 64 overall. Oh boy. Alright, well. It can't all be winners. 88 speed is good for a guy his size. 89 acceleration, 87 agility. 81 carry, 80 truck. I mean, Break tackle's not crazy high. Strength is up there. This is where it is. Dragging it down. 7 catch. Not gonna. His blocking is awful. This is awareness. I don't see awareness anywhere. Impact. Yeah, I don't see awareness. His awareness is probably pretty low for it to be 64 overall. Change of direction. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know. I mean, it's not great. It's not bad. That was more like I liked what I saw when I looked at his thing, and that was pretty much it. Kind of a throwaway pick. Round 6. Towards the end of the draft, it's where we can kind of make decisions like that. Draft board, these 3 are still here. Michael Abrams. Available. I like taking flyers on these guys that have high combine grades. Maybe they're not sticking out, you know? We already got a tight end. Swain, Collins. Right, there's Lipton. Find more. Trying to find a diamond in the rough here. There's Matt Abrams. I think that's who I'm leaning toward right now. Ugh. 5.7. MC. Low. 3. Riley McLean. 6.7. Oh, this is the guy we looked at before. Pass coverage guy? Might take a flyer on him. 0.1. .4. We drafted so many safeties last year. It's just 6'2", goes 6. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a flyer. Maybe we can get him, pop him at outside linebacker. Oh god. 321. Oh. 60 overall. Eesh. 88 speed, so he's quick. 77 tackle, 82 hit power. His block shedding is... Ooh. Play rack, awareness. Alright. Special teams guy. Special teams guy. On a team, Charlie McLean. It's like a action hero name. Alright, if Abrams is still sitting here in this round, we'll go ahead and scoop him up. Oh, we don't even pick in 7th round. Okay. Disregard. So overall, I feel like that was not as exciting of a draft. You know, we locked up Bayless. I don't know yet if we're going to keep him at left tackle or if we're going to move him to right tackle. That was a very solid pick. 81 overall, 84 awareness. Archetype agile. I think we might... I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to compare him to Radoon's and see who we want blocking the blind side. But that'll definitely shore up some things. We have Robert Hunt at the right tackle. He's not fantastic. He started for us for 2 years. Not great. Brandon Peterson, another one. 70 overall. Left guard. I don't think he's going to be good enough. I mean, 74 awareness isn't bad for a rookie. 72 speed. 88 strength. We'll have to see how he fits in. Marquise Johnson, kind of not a great pick. 68 overall. He's fast, but I don't think he's really going to play. Jeff Albert, the tight end, good pickup. His carry's a little low. He can't block. So strictly wide receiver, like a receiving tight end. So I think that was a pretty decent one. Niles Benedict, I liked what he looked like on the combine. Not a great pick. Same thing with Charlie McLean. I just like the name, so he's going to stick around. I appreciate everybody watching, tuning in, seeing us build. I know this offseason wasn't that great. We didn't have a lot of money for free agents or anything. We have a lot of returning players, so it wasn't really too much we needed to upgrade other than offensive line. And those guys in free agency wanted way too much money. I feel like we did pretty good with these guys to plug them in. And then, the players that are already there upgrading. We already have weapons. Running back, wide receivers, we already have that. Our defense is already pretty good. We do need to fill the hole from Agba. So it's probably going to be Tyquan Lewis. I'll take a look and see how we do with that. The next episode, we're going to go ahead, showcase the team, get started. We're going to start building this dynasty. That's what we're going to do. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions. That's what I want to see. Your Miami Dolphins. And until the next one, see ya.